Hello everyone, my name is Sudheer Kumar, working as an assistant professor of mathematics, MLR Institute of Technology. Last lecture we have seen how to evaluate the double integral in polar coordinates. In this lecture, I am going to cover what is change of order of integration in double integrals, right. So, to evaluate any double integral by changing the order. What do you mean by changing the order of integration? Means, let us see how to evaluate this double integral. We can clearly see that x is equal to a to b. So, x limits given as constant and y is equal to f1 of y to f2 of y. That means y is f1 of x to f2 of x. Y is in terms of x and x limit is constant. So, in this case, after changing the order, we have to get y limit as constant and x in terms of y. Let us see how to change that order. So, first draw the limits for x and draw the limits for y. The y is in terms of x, right? So, draw the curves and draw the region of integration by drawing the curves. How the curve will be y equal to f1 of x and y equal to f2 of x, how the curve will be. Draw these two curves and these two are the lines x is equal to a and x equal to b. So, identify the region of integration between these two curves and between these two lines. Then in that region of integration, we have to write x limits in terms of y, because in the question it is given as y is limit in terms of x. To write x limits in terms of y, the region of integration, in that we have to draw the straight line which is parallel to x axis. Parallel to x axis means horizontal lines. We can say draw the horizontal line in the region of integration to get the various subregions and obtain the limits for x in terms of y. So, we got y in terms of x, then we will getting x in terms of y. So, order of integration is changed and then we get y limits as constant. After changing the order, we can integrate this easily. Let us see one problem. Changing the order of integration, change the order of integration and evaluate the integral 0 to 4a. This is completely 2 root ax, x square by 4a to 2 root ax, and the function, we don't have any function, into dy dx. So, first of all, what is given in the question, what are x limits, what are y limits, first you write down that, then we can easily understand how to change the order. So, first let us write down the given limits. Y limits is 0 to 4a, sorry, x limits are 0 to 4a and y is in terms of x, that is x square by 4a to 2 root ax, right. Now, y is in terms of x is given, we have to write x limits in terms of y from these two curves. First of all, we have to draw these two curves. So, this can be written as x square equal to 4ay. That means that is a parabola. This is x square equal to 4ay. This is x axis, this is y axis and this is origin. Another curve, y is equal to 2 root ax, that means squaring on both sides, y square equal to 4ax. So, we get another parabola which is y square equal to 4ax. Now, we can clearly see that these two parabolas intersect at 2 points. Of course, obviously one is at origin. Now, we have to find, let us label this value as a. Find the point of intersection of these two curves, right. X square equal to 4ay is one parabola y square equal to 4ax is another parabola. From the second equation, what is x value? Y square by 4a. Right? This x value substitute in equation 1. So x square equal to, x means y square by 4a whole square equal to 4ay. So this is y power 4 by 16a square equal to 4ay. So if you cross multiply, y power 4 equal to 64a cube into y. So if you take y common, y cube minus 64a cube equal to 0. So y equal to 0 or y cube equal to 64 means 4a whole cube. 64a cube can be written as 4a whole cube, isn't it? So that means y is equal to 4a. So we got y equal to 4a. So substitute y equal to 4a in this equation. So we get x value. So x is equal to y square by 4a, that is 4a whole square by 4a. So one 4a get cancel. X is also equal to 4a. So we got this point of intersection 4a comma 4a, right? Now step 1 is over. This is the region of integration between the two parabolas, right? Now given y is in terms of x, so first we have to write down x in terms of y. So first, to change the order, draw a horizontal line which is parallel to x axis. Among these two curves, whichever curve is nearest to y axis, you take that as lower limit. So this parabola is nearest to y axis. So this lower end of the horizontal line touches this curve. This is upper limit. Another end of the line touches another curve, x square equal to 4ay, that is upper limit. So we got x limits in terms of y. So after changing the order, of integration, we can clearly see that what are y limits in terms of x, that is given. We have to write x limits in terms of y. So from this equation, y square equal to 4ax, that is lower limit. So what will be x value in terms of y? That is y square by 4a. So x varies from y square by 4a to, from this equation, x square equal to 4ay, what is x value? 2 root ay. So we have written x in terms of y, and we have to write y limits as constant. We can clearly see that from the region of integration, here y coordinate is 0 and here in the point A the y coordinate is 4a, right? So y varies from 0 to 4a, right? So this the integral 0 to 4a, therefore first let us write what is given, x square by 4a to 2 root a x, and the function is 1 dy dx. This double integral can be written as, this is also 0 to 4a and this is y value, this is x value, y square by 4a to 2 root ay. Since x is in terms of y, first let us integrate with respect to x, then with respect to y. Now the order of integration is changed. Now let us further continue this integration. 0 to 4a. What is integration of dx? X. So limits for x are y square by 4a to 2 root ay. Then dy. So this is equal to integral 0 to 4a 2 root ay minus y square by 4a, and the limits are dy. So 2 root ay dy, integration of 2 root a into root y dy minus y square by 4a, integration of y square by 4a dy. Y limits are 0 to 4a, 0 to 4a. So this can be written as 2 into root a means a power 1 by 2. Root y can be written as y power 1 by 2, and integration of y power 1 by 2 is y power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 by 3 by 2 means into 2 by 3 minus 1 by 4a, take it outside, integration of y power 3 by 2, sorry 1 by 4a into integration of y square is y cube by 3, and y limits are 0 to 4a. So substitute upper limit 4a in place of y. This can be written as 4 by 3 a power 1 by 2 4a whole power 3 by 2 minus 1 by 4a into, in place of y upper limit 4a whole cube by 3. Anyhow lower limit is 0. So here 4a square will be there. 4 by 3, 4 in a power 1 by 2. 4 power 3 by 2 means 2 square whole power 3 by 2 into a power 3 by 2 minus 4a whole square is 16 by 3 a square, right? So this square and this get cancelled. 2 cube is 8, 8 fours 32 by 3 a square minus 16 by 3 a square. So this is equal to 16 by 3 a square. This is how we evaluate the double integral, right? Let us see one more problem. Change the order of integration and evaluate integral 0 to b, integral 0 to a by b under root of b square minus y square. The function is xy dx dy. First given limits are, this is in terms of y means those are x limits. So x varies from 0 to a by b under root of b square minus y square. These are x limits, and y limits are 0 to b. So we can clearly see that first we have to draw the limits for x. So upper limit is given as x equal to a by b under root of b square minus y square. That means x square equal to a square by b square into b square minus y square. So we can clearly see this is the ellipse equation. X square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. From this is the equation which is ellipse equation. We can clearly see that the both x limits and y limits are having 0. That means the region of integration is in positive quadrant. So okay, this is looks like a circle. Right, this is the ellipse, but the region of integration is completely in the first quadrant. How can you say that the region is in first quadrant? That means whenever the limits for x and y both are having lower limit 0, that means that region is in positive quadrant, that is first quadrant. Once we know that the region is in first quadrant, to change the order, x limits is in terms of y. So to change the order, we have to write y limits in terms of x. So write y limits in terms of x, and x limits you take it as constant. X limits we can write it as constant. Then we say that the order of integration is changed. So to write down y limits in terms of x, what we have to do? Draw a vertical strip or a vertical line in the region of integration. This is origin, this is y axis, this is x axis, and this point is a comma 0, this point is 0 comma b. This lower end of this vertical line touches x axis, another end touches the ellipse. So clearly we can say that this lower end of the vertical line touches x axis, that means y is 0, isn't it? 2. From this equation of ellipse, we have to write y in terms of x. So y square by b square equal to 1 minus x square by a square. So this can be written as y square equal to b square by a square into a square minus x square. So y is equal to b by a plus or minus under root of a square minus x square. But we are focusing the region of integration is in first quadrant, that means y is equal to, we don't consider negative value, we take only positive value, plus b by a under root of a square minus x square. So we have written y limits in terms of x. Now identify the x limit as constant. So we can clearly see that from this point to this a, x varies from 0 to a. So clearly x varies from 0 to a is given. So x is equal to 0 to 4a, y is equal to 0 to b by a under root of a square minus x square, and the function is xy. So first we have to integrate with respect to y, then with respect to x, isn't it? So x is equal to 0 to 4a, integration of xy dy is x into y square by 2. Y limits are 0 to b by a under root of a square minus x square dx. So this can be written as x by 2 into integration of integration of x by 2 into, in place of y we have to write the upper limit, that is b by a whole square into a square minus x square dx, 0 to 4a. So 1 by 2, write it outside, integral 0 to 4a b square by 2a square, integration of x into a square is a square x minus x into x square is x cube dx. So this is equal to b square by 2a square a square into integration of x dx is x square by 2 minus integration of x cube is x power 4 by 4. Limits are 0 to 4a. So b square by 2 a square into a square by 2, in place of x substitute upper limit 4a whole square minus 4a whole power 4 by 4, right. So this can be written as b square by 2a square into this is 4a whole square is 16a square a power 4. So 1a square cancel. So this can be written as b square a square by b square, sorry, here we have a square, so a square by 8. This is how we change the order of integration and evaluate this integration. Thank you.